Algebra 1, Lesson 89, value problems. Now these are just like our nickel and dime problems because they have items being sold for values, and then we can substitute, or we can write an equation in terms of value and in terms of cost or number of items. So this example here, they tell us that blurry. Okay, let's fix that. They tell us Wataksha's Wada's dress shop sold less expensive dresses for $20 each and more expensive ones for $45 each. The shop took in $1,375 and sold 20 more of the less expensive dresses than the more expensive dresses. How many of each kind did they sell? So we're going to set up our equations. So they're selling number of less expensive and number of more expensive, right? And we're going to write two equations here. We're going to write equations in terms of quantity and then equations in terms of cost. So the first one we'll do in terms of cost. They tell us the less expensive dress costs $20 each. So 20 times the number of less expensive dresses. The more expensive ones cost $45 each. And the shop made a total of $1,375. So that's my equation in cost. Now I have to do another equation in number of items. And they tell us that they sold 20 more less expensive dresses than more expensive. Now the way I always do these problems is I'll take number of less expensive, I'll set it equal to number of more expensive, which I know is not true. But they tell me that they sold 20 more of these, right? So if they sold 20 more of these, that means that this is the bigger number. So I need to make this equal. I can either subtract from this one or add to this one. So I'm going to add to the smaller number, and I know that's how much the more expensive number is. Now, you should be able to tell we're going to solve this through substitution. If number of less expensive equals the mn plus 20, I can take that and I can plug it in to this equation right there. So I'm going to do that, and I'll rewrite it down here. When I substitute, I have 20 times n sub m plus 20 plus 45 n sub m equals 1375. Now to keep solving, I need to distribute or rewrite my problem. So 20 times n sub m plus 20 times 20 is 400 plus 45 n sub m. Now I'm not done rewriting because I still need to combine like terms. So when I combine like terms, I end up getting 65 n sub m plus 400 equals 1375. So next step is I'm going to subtract, I'm going to start solving my equation. So I'll use PEMDAS backwards. I'll attack the subtraction first. I'll subtract 400 from each side. Cancels, I get 65 n sub m is equal to 1375 minus 400, which gives me 975. So last step, I'm going to divide by 65, and I'm going to see how many times 65 will go into 975. So 975, 65, that'll go in once. Whoops. 2 and 3 and 5. So now I gotta guess how many times 65 will go into 325. Well, 6 times 5 is 30. Let's try 5. So there I get 2, and works out perfectly. 15. So n sub m equals 15. So they sold 15 more expensive dresses. Now that I know that, I'm going to take that information, I'm going to plug it all the way back into this equation up here. So n sub L equals 15 plus 20. So n sub L is equal to 35. So now I know how many of each dress they sold. So we're not learning any new math on these value problems. We're just writing equations using subscripts, and then we're going to use substitution and elimination to solve them. If you guys have any questions, let me know on Moodle, and I will see you in class.